Hi, my name is Nancy Flores. I grew up in El Paso, Texas, and I work as a food technologist for New Mexico State University, which is based in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And I'm an extension specialist, and what that means is that I work for the state of New Mexico to teach people about food science, to teach them about the technology of food science. So I have workshops on, the proper way to make cheese, the proper way to make jerky, and this is for commercial processing. It's not necessarily for home use. The other part of my job is I work with small mom and pop businesses that want to get started up to sell their food products. So I get people that want to sell their grandma's salsa, the tia's cookies, and so I help them commercialize that. And then the other thing is I also work with large food companies to deal with special projects that they may have. And, it might be product development. It might be a specific issue that they're having with shelf life or just something that they're working through that they need help with. So that's one part. And then I have big grants that I work on. I started on this path to food science very much by accident. Okay, my goal for my college career was to become a veterinarian. And so my undergraduate degree at New Mexico State University is in animal science. And in animal science, it's a very broad program where you have to take classes in crop science and soil science. You have to have a really good background in biology and chemistry. And so those were all a foundation, a basis for food science. Okay, so I went to graduate school at University of Missouri. And that program was food and nutrition. And so that really focused me into food science a little more. And after that, I was very fortunate to get a job with Oscar Mayer, which is one of the largest meat processing companies in the United States. And I spent 2 years in northern New Mexico, basically doing what I'm doing now, but I didn't have the responsibilities of the students. I just had the responsibility of training and getting educational programs out to the communities. I did that for 2 years, and then NMSU has a wonderful program. It's a loan for service program, which I took advantage of, and it's through the Commission of Higher Education. And basically, they paid me to go back to school and get my doctorate. And so I went to Kansas State University, which is one of the best meat processing or meat science schools in the United States. So I've been very blessed and fortunate to go to really good schools, okay, that prepared me to do what I wanted to do. And I knew I wanted to do extension work. And so while I was at K-State or Kansas State, I took courses on extension. I took every course that I could. That's been my path back to NMSU. What I love about NMSU is that they've always supported my crazy ideas and let me evolve in my position. So I went to El Paso High School. It's an urban school. It's about the class that I graduated many moons ago, 1983. We had 250 people in our class, which was one of the smallest in El Paso. I had gone from a private school, a private junior high in El Paso, to a public high school. I had to make new friends. I wasn't real good at that, so I had to learn how to do that. I became friends with a lot of my classmates, and we're still friends. Okay, we still stay in touch. We still do things together. One of my favorite classes was algebra, theory of equations, because those type of courses require you to think through the response. It wasn't just, there was more to it than just the numbers. It was, a relationship between things, and it was also a logic that you had to use. Those kind of courses really helped me think through things, understand things, okay? So I've always been curious of how things work, why they work. If you take this away, what happens? If you bake a cake and you don't add any salt, what happens to the product? What happens? Does a cake, is it still a cake? Well, it doesn't taste as sweet. It doesn't rise as much. Okay. So those kind of things have always been things that interested me as well. One thing that has always helped me is it's okay to fail. It's okay to not do so great. Just figure out how to do better the next time, how to, cope with whatever it is that didn't work out. And then either try it again or try something better.